Welcome back to Factorio Seablock, and it's time to build those extra labs that we now need to process blue science. Relatively straightforward, I think. Well, we'll get started and we'll see where we go. If we have a look in our inventory, you'll see here's the full spectrum atomics lab. It needs lab optics and analyzers, and needs electrochemics lab. So if we just have a look at that, lab optics and analyzers, we need advanced circuits and femto laser arrays. Now, we have been making those. Somewhere. It's up here somewhere in this sort of spaghetti fashion. Have we used all of our... Are we using them all? Ah, they're traveling up here and they're backing up. Good. So we have advanced circuits here, and femto laser arrays is going to be produced by one of these, and you are out of power. Femto laser arrays. Which one are you? You little gun-looking thing. Okay. It's got to be... here, I think. Yeah, and they're being used currently to make blue science. Not that we're going to need so many of these, so I think what I just want to do at the moment is just cut them off so they'll back up a little bit, and then I can actually just make a few labs with the result. So what are you short of? You're short of nitrogen, which means why are you short of nitrogen? Are we just not producing? Oh, it's not. Why are you not disposing of that? You really should be. Maybe you're polluted as well. Let's just pop that back in. There we go. Now we should be getting nitrogen. And then this factory should now be making these. Okay, so if we wanted 6 labs to start off with, let's see, how many do we need per lab? 1. Okay, so... just a few will be fine. Let's just take a few of those. And we need some advanced circuits as well, so let's just grab those. Let's grab quite a few of those. I'm probably going to need them elsewhere anyway. So 1, 2, and wow, I need 20 advanced circuits per craft. Okay, so I will need them anyway. Let's just grab... oh, there's a bunch of gold bars there as well. Yeah, okay. That'll do fine for the moment. Let's just craft 3. And then we need the other things. So we need cobalt steel plate, large solar panels, and let's go through FNEI. So we need for that electronic circuits, copper and steel. And we have those electronic circuits... copper. I'm not sure we have steel up here though, so that I could probably hand ladle. Remember, large solar panels we're going to be using anyway, probably once I get accumulators. What? Let's just see. Can I actually get accumulators yet? Electric energy accumulators. Let's see what that takes in research. I'm researching cobalt, as you might imagine. Accumulators. Okay. What do they actually need? We've got everything apart from batteries. So batteries take 150 green, and then these can be used. I actually quite like the idea of researching that next. Once I get past the cobalt research, I think we'll get into accumulators. And then once we've got solar panels, that'll keep some power during the night, which will save us on other aspects as well. What was I coming down here for? Steel. So steel is here. We've got some in my inventory as well. Is it worth me just hand ladling it up here? Is there a better location for this than all the way up the top for solar panels? We've got green circuits anywhere from here onwards. And we need copper. Copper's running up here. And then across here. We could sort of drag it out from there. But to be honest, not so great either way. So if we get pure copper from this line, we can split it this way. Head back over this side. So if we just put a splitter in here, you get the idea. And we can go underground a couple of times. This is going to need 2 of them, I suspect. Yeah, it will, unfortunately. Let's just get that going. Ah, out of iron now. Iron will be in the box somewhere down here. When we get actual bot networks, I will be very, very happy. And now I'm out of space again. It's almost like the game knows me. Is there anywhere for me to put a bot? I keep looking for a box to just shove stuff. There we go. That's our box. We can get rid of that pistol. I don't need that. Let's get rid of some gold plate and aluminium plate and some of the process stuff. That will do for now. And yeah, let's just grab a bit more iron. All the way down there. And then we can make some underground belt. And then we can split these off here. Something along those sort of lines. And that will get us a belt of copper. Well, half belt of copper, half belt of circuits. And then we just need steel. And again, just to start and keep things sort of easy for you to watch, I'm just going to box it and insert it manually from my inventory for now. And we'll do the rest off camera, I think. Next cobalt step is, and that's cobalt smelting 1. That'll get us cobalt steel plate. So let's research that. There we go. And let's put a few stacks of steel in there, just so that it's got enough to be going on with. And then we'll just put a factory in, well, assembly machine. It's an assembly machine, not a factory. And large solar panels. There we go. All right. So that will then, I'm not sure whether, I think I just want to box that as well. I don't think you even need this on a belt, at least not for now. Because I'm going to be using them, just placing them down at certain points anyway. And you're at, oh, I need another inserter, don't I, to go further away. There we go. I might want to upgrade that to a fast one. Or not, it depends how fast this process, oh, that is kind of slow, isn't it? Let's just upgrade this to a fast one. There we go. Needs lots of circuits. Needs lots of circuits. How? Large solar panel. 24 circuits. So it's just filling up each one in turn, isn't it? It's not just starting on one and then moving on to the rest. That's fine. It should keep it going. And we could even go one further here, I think. Let me just take that up. And yes, it's going to complain, but assembly machine. We can now make assembly machine 2s. Or indeed electronic assembly machine 1s. Now, what does it take to make a large solar panel? Okay, let's just get it this way. Can I make it an electronic? Oh, that needs electronic assembly machine 6. That's the smaller one. So we'll just go with one of these for now. And large. Okay, there we go. And this should actually be faster. So let's just fill that up with my inventory, then it can get going. There it goes. And it will then start boxing those up. So let's go back to labs for a second then. Back to labs. We just need the cobalt steel plate on top of this. So we are researching the ability to make that. And that means that's what this step is. We need to get cobalt ingots. Again, this same stage. That's going to come from carbon and cobalt ore. Now, cobalt ore we are already making. It's down here. It's part of the bobmonium production chain, I think. Let's grab some more sand. Which will be around here. Yeah, here it is. So this box right here is just taking the result of all of these and just taking cobalt ore. So if we want that, let's go back through here again. We need cobalt ingot and steel ingot. That's slightly annoying. But it doesn't mean I should probably think about relocating the steel. Or at least making steel differently, because I think I'm just making it with the trivial sort of process. So we just have over here, it's just this kind of like the horrible process for steel. Oh, are we actually making steel ingots? We are. Okay, so we can take steel ingots from here and probably run them sort of that way, over this way, and then bring cobalt this way. Sort of means I would need to sort of make the cobalt ingots around about here, I think. So let's get that going. We're going to need some oxygen. Oh, no, in fact, no, we're already making the steel ingots, aren't we? So that's not a problem. We just need the cobalt ingots, which needs carbon and is in a blast furnace. And that just makes the ingots. So let's just make a blast furnace. And that research is about to complete, which is good, because I need stone bricks as usual. They're just over here. And I really must make a separate factory for them because I am running out quickly. There we go. Blast furnace. Make a what, Mark 1 blast furnace. Now it should appear here. And I need to think about carbon. I will just box it for now. Yeah, that will do. Because then we'll just put a box up. There we go. And we'll do the same thing at this end. Using an inserter to grab that. And that should start making cobalt. Okay, so I brought a line all the way up here. I routed the molten steel ingots on one side and the cobalt ingots on the other. So we've got that in the same production area. Let me just cut that off a little bit early, just so we've got some options. And then we want to make the rest for the lab. So we don't need the Spectrum lab construction, which needs the cobalt steel plate. So from here we need to, first of all, get this into cobalt steel plate. So we're going to need induction furnace and casting machines, but we've got all the other components, I think. So induction furnace, casting machine. There we go. And that will just then produce the first of all the molten version, then the plate version, and then we can just route that to the assembly machine. I think, yeah, a 2 or a 3 will do just fine. We don't have access to those yet. And then we'll combine that with large solar panels. So we're going to want to, do we have, oh, we got 8 already. Good, good, good. And I think we'll just add of circuits, I want to say. Yeah, circuits are being produced, probably because, what are we short of? Iron, which is normal because I think we're using it all up to actually create green and red. Yeah, we are. Here we are. So I can just boost that. We've got a reserve of iron. I should make this a pass-through buffer, to be honest, so that when it fills up, it will feed it back onto the line. That might be a nicer option to go for here. But where... did we actually need it in there? Yeah, let's just get them started again. And that will do for now. We're building this back. Of course, I'm going to need to feed that carbon in more than manually there because we're going to need it. But let's get started. So induction furnace. And pipework. There we go. Feed a pipe in, and we'll set the recipe is not cobalt. We want cobalt steel. Cobalt steel. There we go. And these can actually make cobalt steel plate. Then we just need to insert and feed some power. There we go. I need some more inserters, but not very many at all. 1, 2, 3, and then just a belt. Okay, and let's just put them all in the same power zone. And that should be it, really. I think it's got everything it needs there now. We just have to wait for that to fill up, and then we'll start producing its first plates. We're then going to make another assembly machine, and let's make a... we're not going to need a 3, so let's just stick with making a few of the 2s, and we'll put it on the other side of this, just so we have this buffer box that will stay. Well, we may even want to restrict this, but yeah, for the moment it's fine. And I will put an inserter there. Let's choose what this is going to make. What's it actually called again? Spectrum Lab. Okay, Spectrum Lab. There we go. And that just needs both of these things. So we're going to need to feed in this from this direction. Whoops, wrong. There we go. And that should be it, I think. Because we've got some of the other components, haven't we? And, whoops, that's just going to need a bit more power. We'll just move this one up, actually. There we go. And again, we'll put it in a box. I'm going to need actually a separate power pole for that. And that'll be fine once it actually has an inserter going this way. Okay, so now we've got both components we need for labs. Not that I need to be able to make labs, you understand, and that's why I may not actually feed this for now. We'll see if we need cobalt steel later. If you know if we need it en masse, do let me know in the comments. More than happy to make this into a full production line, but we shouldn't need it to start off with. So let's get started. Go to the lab. What are you short of? We need 2 per of each of these. Okay. And how many solar panels does it take to construct them? 5. Wow. Okay. So we are going to need those circuits. And as many as this can provide. So I'm going to make sure... In fact, why don't I make sure that box is a pass-through? This may drain all of my iron, of course, but that's not terrible. You know, I can cope with that with it. I've got a miscellaneous box behind it. Of course I have. We'll just grab... let's make a fast inserter. Or 2. And I'm going to tell them to just go this way for now. And then the drop position is going to be 2 that way, pick up 2 that way, and around we go. That will sort out the iron. We could do the same with copper, but I haven't seen any shortage of copper for the moment, so we will have that going on the belt. And again, it's only because I'm doing quite a lot of researching at the moment, and it's being used up all for the green, which is going up here and then into the main labs, which we're going to need to pick up anyway in a second, just to upgrade them, I think. Is that everything? I think that's everything. They should start making circuits soon. Yeah, that's another circuit factory, but that's purely for this. We shouldn't get started with iron then to our main circuit factory, which I need to grab from... It's going to be coming on this belt. Here it is. Good. Now we could set a prioritization system here. So we could say, I want to prioritize the right. And they'll all go right, and then they'll starve our research system until this circuit factory up here is satisfied, essentially, that we've backed it with iron. And yeah, that might be worth trying. We'll give that a go, and I can always research it, change it back to 50-50 if we want that approach. So now you should be sorted with that, and now you're short of something else. What are you short of? Electronic components, which is coming from here. Why are we short of electronic components? Electronic components, what are you short of? You're short of carbon, because I haven't hooked up a carbon system yet. Right. And yeah, let's go and see if we've got enough spare from our solar, oh, not our solar, our steam system. I got the feeling that it's sort of getting towards the capacity. That's not too bad. Are these boxes building back up again? Yeah, you see that first box is emptied completely. The second box has 63, 65. It is maybe building back up. But I'm going to take a few stacks here and we'll just reset this, and then I'll go and think about that later. The main thing to think about when you upgrade the carbon or any of your fuel lines here, really, and what I did earlier off camera, is just add another arboretum here. That has boosted the amount of wood in our system, and to do that I upgraded all of these, which are producing soil, to the level 3 versions, which just rammed this whole thing full of soil. And then all of these arboretums were basically, they're running full speed now, and we may have to think about upgrading those again. And I may need to remove all of this now because we don't actually need it. That again is a lot more space, and you know, lots more stuff to do, so that'll be fine. And we're okay. So what was I actually doing? I was coming down there for a reason, and me talking has made me forget about it. 1 second. Oh, carbon. Yes, I went and got some. That's fine. We need some beer to be put back into here. Okay, let's just unload all the carbon. Okay, so that should start everything manufacturing again, which should start this process up again, which should start circuits back up again. So now all I need to do is just wait for the solar panels to roll in-ish, and then I will have enough to upgrade each of the labs, and then each of the labs will be able to, one by one, deal with blue science. And there is our second spectrum lab, whatchamacallit. Not that I'm going to call it anything more accurately. And we just need an electrochemics lab to upgrade now. So we'll just upgrade this one, I think, because it's right next to where the blue science is. So let's just grab that and craft the next version up, which we can handcraft. And put it back. There we go. So this should be able to deal with at least first 3 colors of this. And what do we need for the next one? Quantum lab construction stuff. Centrifuges, tungsten plate. Well, centrifuges doesn't sound so bad. We're not really making concrete at the moment. Tungsten plate, tungsten powder mixture, cobalt powder, powdered tungsten. Ammonia paratungsten, processed tungsten, tungsten ore from purified jivalite, which also needs thermal refining. Yes, so quite a ways to go before getting to the next level of labs. But blue science by itself is going to open up an awful lot of other stuff. So, you know, we don't have to worry about that for a little while. And I just unloaded all my green circuits in my pocket, in my inventory, essentially, just so that we could actually get this going a little earlier. And in fact, let me just get rid of this red and green. There we go. I don't need those in my inventory. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for this episode. It's slightly shorter. I know I've been getting a couple of really long Stationeers episodes in, but I did want to get just one topic here done. I am researching accumulators, and we'll probably do that next and think about storing energy so that we can use it during the night. And we need to, I guess, store an excess and start thinking about using these solar panels, so we can cut this off once our basically our labs are all upgraded, and we can just remove that inserter and everything will be fine, and we'll just start accumulating large solar panels. Of course, once the circuits kick in again. Why are you out of circuits now? Are you still short of stuff? You're still short of this, and you're now short of the you're now short of this. Why are you short of these? You haven't got those. You haven't got wood. Why have you not got wood? Are we using that as well? I think we did start using it for other things, didn't we? So wood's coming from here. You don't have enough naphtha. Is it because one of these things is full? Nope. Why don't have you have enough naphtha? We chase back. We don't have enough crude oil. Okay, why don't we have enough crude oil? Because this thing's out of fuel, and it's yet again a fuel problem. Yeah, so I need to figure out some way of solving this carbon issue, of getting it all the way over the factory. It's going to need an awful lot of belt to reroute the carbon through it. But, or what I think I may do is move the actual sources of this. So, the boilers, everything, well, the blast furnaces are hard to move. Certainly the boilers we can move, though, to do a remote steam, and we'll see on that sort of front. So we'll get to that. It just won't be this episode, I don't think. So if you like the episode, feel free to like, subscribe, and share as normal. Ask any questions below or any suggestions. If you know where this is, if you're working ahead of this in Seablock, do let me know of any upcoming walls that we need to scale and get over. More than happy to hear them. Otherwise, as always, guys, we'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.